All right. Good evening, fellow TFFL owners. Welcome to 2018. I think it's our first webcast of the new year. We'll be celebrating the Boba Fats and their 2017 Pac Bowl championship. But for the rest of us, hey, it's 2018 already. Welcome to O. Everybody's even. Everybody's got their sights on a new title. We do have a lot to talk about. It's a pretty streamlined agenda tonight, but we're going to talk a lot about the Pac Bowl, celebrate Rob and the Boba Fats. We have Terry here as our incoming commissioner, so lots of big stuff to talk about. But let me just wrap up our introductions here real quick, and we'll start with our departing commissioner, Skipper of the Sponge Fisherman. Your last webcast as commissioner. Chief, welcome.
No, it's my last webcast. Is my last webcast as commissioner. I'm not departing commissioner. I'm departed commissioner. I'm a civilian like everybody else now.
The baton has been passed already. All right. Hank, czar and CEO of the K-Wheels and our technical director, welcome.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here. Welcome to 2018.
And yes, welcome to our new commissioner, Terry. We'll hopefully hear a lot more from you later on. Welcome.
Welcome. Hello. And it is official. Chief is departed. Just to note, I've logged into the commissioner.com site and I have a C next to the Mongols. C for commissioner. So I have the power now.
Yeah, you have all the leaked documents.
I have the documents, the passwords, the essential document, the electronic information. So just moving forward.
Okay, so you're ready to strike North Korea at any time.
Anytime.
Yeah, but have you been impeached yet? You're not really the commissioner until somebody.
Until your first scandal. And yeah, hey, welcome to Rob. Congratulations, Boba Fats, your second Pac Bowl title.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
So let's talk about everybody else first, real quick. Hank, do you have a draft order for us by chance?
Do I have a what?
A draft order. We now have finalized our 1 through 12 draft order.
Funny you should ask. Hot off press.
Nice.
We have the draft order. Number 1 pick, the good guys. K-Wheels picking first. Steel City Mongols, welcome. You're picking second. Dirt Devils third. Hams fourth. Lizards fifth. Aliens sixth. Giant Killers seventh. Sponge eighth. Sens ninth. Beavers 10th. Amsterdam Packers 11th. Boba Fats 12th. There we have it. That's the natural draft order before any trades or shenanigans went on.
All right.
There we are. So I'm on the clock. Looking forward to being on the clock between now and wherever. Are we going to Myrtle Beach? What are we doing for the draft?
We will talk about draft locations. We'll talk about trades. I think later on, but let's wrap up the Pac Bowl before we look forward.
Just one quick comment on the order of the draft here. It pained me to no end that I was by far the worst team all year, and I couldn't lose the one effing game I needed to lose. I'm still not quite over it.
And Terry and I were talking that week, and it was, you're right. I should have won that game, but my guys absolutely came through and delivered a donut performance across the board that week.
Bob emailed me, texted me before that game, and he said, is there any subtle changes we can do to our lineup? Hank's looks pretty bad. And my response to his was, ours is sufficiently shitty. But it wasn't. So anyway, moving on.
Nice.
Darius Guise or whatever should be a great consolation prize, Terry.
Yes.
Geis, right? Darius Geis.
Nice.
I always said Juice. I like Juice.
Juice. Or what's the guy? Sonny Michael from Georgia. He looked pretty good.
Geis.
His history bodes well for you here, though, with the K-Wheels and the number 1 pick.
The K-Wheels have blown the number 1 pick the only time we've had it.
All right, we've talked about that plenty. Okay, let's look back once more to the Pac Bowl. There's a couple things I wanted to talk about. Final score 60-56, 4-point margin. I think at one point it showed a 2-point margin, but we got the Jaguars got 2 points on. Congratulations to Rob, again, second Pac Bowl title. I don't have the archives open in front of me. The first one was 2005. That far back.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a while. Do you have the Pac Bowl in hand yet? How long does that process take?
I don't know, because we have a new Pac Bowl, and I needed to approve the proof today of the words Boba Fats for the plaque in order for Rich to send it off to the company to get engraved with the same font. So the wheels are in motion. I assume I will have it soon. Rich and I are coordinating a meetup time as soon as he gets it back. So
I think Rich gets kicked out of the league or something if you don't have it by the end of the month.
Something like that. He loses all his draft picks. I don't know.
Nice. So hey, what was it like? Talk us through the Pac Bowl. I mean, it was a close game.
It was nerve-wracking. It was a close game, and it was like what? Christ, 4 weeks ago now. 3 weeks ago. So it's kind of hard to remember, but it was fun because it was what? That Sunday was Christmas Eve, right?
Christmas Eve, yeah.
And literally at my house, like my family was here from Philly, and like my in-laws are here, and my daughter's running around, and I don't have cable, right? So usually I like go out to watch it. So I'm trying to like watch the games over an antenna that barely works. And my brother-in-law's got like streams up from Reddit of the Jacksonville game, because Ralph still had Fournette going. So me and my brother-in-law were like huddled in a room trying to stay away from everybody on our iPhones, trying to watch, I guess it was Seattle, Dallas, right? Ralph had
Ezekiel Elliott.
Russell.
Yeah, he had Zeke and he had Russell Wilson
Elliott.
going, right? And Fournette. And it was like the most stressful thing ever. Nobody cared that I was going through this. But I always had Crabtree in my back pocket because he was playing the Eagles Monday night, right? So it was crazy. I mean, it was crazy down to the last minute. That Jacksonville game, the last 5 minutes, that was kind of a crazy game, right? It just took forever, and I'm just so glad it ended. I didn't have to stress out about it on Monday night, because then Crabtree, I don't think he did anything, right?
He got a donut. I'm looking at the score right now. Yeah, nothing.
Yep. So I was shocked that I was able to put it away on Sunday. But it was pretty exciting, pretty close. I was pretty pumped.
Hey, a couple notes. I said I'll always remember your first title as the Matt Hasselbeck title.
Yep.
He just went on this great tear in the fantasy playoffs. And this year, obviously, it's the Todd Gurley title.
Yep.
Back-to-back monster games, those last 2 games of the year.
I was thinking about it tonight. I wasn't sure we were going to talk about it. I knew we were talking about the Pac Bowl, but because when I drafted Gurley, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, this is 3rd year, right? As the number 1 pick, right? I think I only won 1 game like 3 years ago or whenever it was, 4 years ago. Basically, as soon as the Rams came out of nowhere and got good, like it just propelled my team, 13 games in a row. It's kind of crazy, right? All because of that Rams team just came out of nowhere. So it was, Gurley he carried the team.
Hey, Jacksonville defense, free agent signing, right?
Yeah.
So I
they
noted that
some games too.
They won you some games. They got you 2 points there in the title game.
Yep.
And Capri Bibbs, of all people, I think not only a free agent pickup, but a free agent pickup in the playoffs.
At week, right?
The week before,
yep.
Right. 2 points. You put those two, I called them, nothing burger free agent signings. People, probably shrugged them off. That's your 4-point margin of victory right there.
I had to save that last IR. It was an IR pick that I used, I think, in the playoffs. Burkhead went down. I mean, I was just getting killed all over the place. So that pickup and then the James White trade, even though I don't think some folks liked it, for a second rounder, my second rounder, which is, I guess, end of the second round, right? Because I would have lost that game had I not picked him up, I think. Anyway, that was midseason. But anyways, those little things, right? I mean, like sometimes it's a little bit of luck. They have to fall into place, right? But Zerline too. He was a free agent pickup.
Looking ahead to 2018, who's your keeper quarterback? Dak Prescott or Stafford?
At this point, it's got to be Stafford, right? I mean, Prescott didn't do shit down the end of the season. Not that Stafford really lit the world on fire this year, anyways, but we'll see what happens. There's a long time for that. I don't think it's as hard. I probably won't keep two. I don't like keeping two quarterbacks. There's a lot of good quarterbacks out there, man. There's going to be a lot of good quarterbacks out there this year. At first I was pumped. I was like, I could trade one of these guys in the offseason, but now I'm just like, there's so many options. So it'll probably be Stafford unless something else comes along.
I'm sure Hank would love to trade Derek Carr. I just don't think there's too many quarterbacks and not enough people interested.
Yeah. I mean, is Bill going to keep both of his? Probably not. It's just there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
but
does Bill keep Goff and throw Rodgers back in the draft?
No, Bill loves Aaron Rodgers. There's no way that Bill will get rid of Aaron Rodgers. So he'll try and trade Goff, and he will quickly discover the market is non-existent. Maybe there's a couple of teams. We can look at that at a later webcast about who's going to look at a quarterback, but it's not a lot of
Market
teams.
is the Mongols.
Yeah,
Mongols?
possibly.
Mongols are the market.
Yep.
If I'm the Mongols, just wait till the draft.
Yeah, wait till the deadline. You
I'm-
got a long time to wait, and then
I'm
you
not
can
in a
get
hurry to make a trade for a quarterback.
right. You can wait and see which of the. I mean, you can pick up. You just learned. You could pick up
If I
Dak
do.
Prescott.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, Stick drafted Wentz in like the third round this year, didn't he?
it was earlier than that.
Second round. Yep.
Or
Okay,
just
so
trade for Prescott. One or the other. Mongols.
Mongols can trade for whomever they want to target.
Hey, Derek Carr is Dak Prescott. Let's talk.
We could do it right here on this.
Let's get done right now.
Yes.
Hey, so let's look at our Pac Bowl runners up for a moment. Let's talk about the Amsterdam Packers. I want you guys to tell me whether we should be harshly critical of Ralph. The topic I want to bring up is Josh Gordon starting at wide receiver in the playoffs. I started questioning this in the first playoff game. Gordon got 2 points in week 15. Ralph kept him in the lineup for week 16 for the Pac Bowl. We talked a lot about it. Ralph seemed intent on getting something out of Gordon and proving that investment worthwhile. And it blew up on him. 0 points out of Josh Gordon in the Pac Bowl. I think you guys, Chief in particular, were recommending Martavis Bryant, who was the number one guy in Pittsburgh with Antonio Brown injured. Bryant only got 3 points, wasn't quite the difference. The other option was Larry Fitzgerald. I had brought him up, I think, in week 15. What did he have? 13 points.
12 points.
Huge game in week 16. That would have been the difference. Did Ralph screw this one up? Did Josh Gordon really belong in his lineup 3 weeks removed from what, a 3-year absence from the NFL, playing on the Browns offense? Larry Fitzgerald had a great year.
I was fully expecting him to play Martavis Bryant. Antonio Brown just went down. Fully expecting that. I was shocked when he kept Gordon in there, especially after all the chatter that's been happening, right, on this webcast about it.
I thought he would play Bryant as well. Fitzgerald, in hindsight, looks, was great, but they were playing the with Drew Stanton at quarterback. Their offense had been lighting it up, but Bryant, I thought, was prior to the game, I thought was the choice. But some owners, myself included, have a tendency to fall in love with certain players, and it can come back to bite you.
Yeah, Stick, the word you kept coming back to, Stick, was hubris on those webcasts, and that's a perfect word. Quite simply, it's Ralph trying to prove he's smarter than everybody else. But you know what? You can prove he's smarter on the bench, and if he scores 14 and he's on the bench, great pickup, good job. Nobody else saw that coming. But why risk your Pac Bowl performance on that. I don't know. Do I want to beat him up too badly? No. I mean, he lost the Pac Bowl. How much worse can it get?
I think that Ralph made a great call starting Josh Gordon, and Ralph, you should keep him for sure.
Start him every week.
Yep, every week. He's an every week starter, proving it week over week. You want him leading your squad.
Hey, let me wrap up this segment not real quick. I want to give us a collective pat on the back here. If you aren't tuning in to the TFFL webcast every week, you're not getting ahead of a lot of key things. Rob, we forecasted the Boba Fats as the team on the rise. 3 weeks into your 13-game streak, we were high on the Boba Fats early in the year.
12-game streak. Let's not get the inflation going yet.
All right.
It's 13. It's 13.
Well, we'll get our fact checkers on that.
Go to the tape, yeah.
We were ahead of the Zeke Elliott suspension, talking early on about how that might derail the Amsterdam Packers late in the year by him appealing that, and that ended up being the case. We were ahead of Aaron Rodgers potentially coming back, at the end of the year and forcing a tough decision at starting quarterback for the Slippery Beavers. We were ahead of the Senators' 3-game winning streak to end the season, steal the division title. We were kind of early on the Deshaun Watson hype train. Really, I think only after one game we were talking him up. We got Bill live on the webcast to reveal he's already leaning toward Jared Goff as his starting or as his keeper quarterback next year, presuming he gets something big for Aaron Rodgers.
Outstanding. That's great. That's great feedback right there, Bill. Live interaction with the webcast. That is exactly the kind of engagement we're looking for. Well done.
We were we were ahead of the aliens missing the playoffs. Me calling that.
You weren't alone.
But maybe not, but I was bold enough to call my own flop there at the end. We were ahead of Devontae Adams being an issue for the Sponge Fishermen when they failed to start him the next week. We were ahead of this Josh Gordon stuff. Got to tune in. We got live trades happening throughout the year on the webcast. You're missing it if you don't tune in. Well done, everybody, throughout the year.
But completely wrong about the Giant Killers being the team to beat in the playoffs.
That's all, Hank.
Yeah, listen, Fats, you have to understand that this show, especially me on the panel, is going to come with some intentional bias. And I picked the Giant Killers to win the Pac Bowl right now for next year. So.
Berto, did we ever get a final tally on Berto's average scoring?
I
can run those numbers when Berto's back. So, hey, real quick.
12 wins.
12 is the number?
12 is the number.
All right. Hey, best wishes to Berto and his dad. Berto couldn't be with us.
Yes.
But
yes, Berto.
Got the webcast rooting for you. We will hopefully see him back when we're back on the air in a week or two. Let's welcome Terry. Let's give Terry the stage here. Your first time as TFFL commissioner. Thank you very much for taking this on. It is a big job and important one.
Well, thank you, and thank you for letting me be the steward of a league. I know there's a lot of questions out there about how I may handle it. I haven't in the past, shown a lot of interest in the job, but I thought a lot about it over the holidays, and I wanted to do it. I thought now's the time. Hank's engagement talk got me thinking about it, and I did really want to be involved and, kind of provide some service for the league. Stick had asked me, what is my agenda? I don't have an agenda per se. I thought Chief for the last 4 years, I wish it was 8, did a great job. And he gave me some great advice. He said, run this league as you see fit. Otherwise, it'll be a long 2 years. So I intend to do that. I'll work with the conference commissioners. I'll reach out to gentlemen like Stick and Chief who've been there and ask for advice and move on. But as I grow into this job, I look forward to it. We'll see how the commissioners' reports turn out. But I think the first thing on the agenda will be the rules process. And Chief, correct me if I'm wrong, that usually starts shortly after the Super Bowl, February 1st-ish. So that's when I intend to throw out that first email, and then simultaneously be talking about the location for the draft, whether it's Myrtle or we do our annual vetting of other places. But again, thank you for the confidence, and I look forward to being your commissioner for the next 2 years or until you guys kick me out. So thank you.
Terry, I hope I speak for all owners in that we are here to support you and help you and do whatever we can to help you succeed at this job, and also expect a ton of shit just because that's part of it as well.
Right. Well, yeah. And, I can ignore that as well as the next guy. If it's important shit, I'll deal with it. If it's shit for shit's sake, let it go. And I know that happens a lot as well.
You might have to write that down for me a couple of times, but don't worry about it.
I'll remind you on the webcast. But again, thank you. And like I said, we'll be starting the rules process. I'll be reaching out to Thornburg. And Bill, if you're watching this, try not to get in the way. Just present the rules and don't muck up the process for it.
Already causing controversy. Try not to get in the way.
I think he was watching, and Thorny's good with the rules now. I think he's just
he's great.
Passionate.
I have to give Chief credit on it was either the final commissioner's report or the penultimate one. He gave a big thanks to somebody and then a small thanks to Bill, and I got quite a kick out of that.
So this is a relevant question in today's politics. Are you going to be friendly to the TFFL media? Are you going to be regular on the webcast here?
I will be a regular on the webcast. I won't say I'll be there every week, but I will be there the majority of the time. And yes, I will be friendly to the media as long as they're friendly to me. I like compliments as much as our current president. So.
You're going to be disappointed, I think.
What about you, Chief? Are you planning on being on every webcast, or are you just a casual guest now?
I think I will fade back into the occasional guest role.
All right.
Chief always has a seat whenever he wants to take it.
Yeah. I might be one of these frequent guests who can fill in when somebody cancels, at a moment's notice, like Bill or Richie.
Ooh, maybe you could be our Andy Rooney with a cute rant at the end.
That's good. We could do.
I'm sorry. Did you say Andy Rooney cute rant?
No, we could have the Chief rant section, and we just cut to Chief, and then he can just go off, and then he can leave.
All right, pre-record that.
Fade to black.
On location, maybe.
Now that I'm no longer commissioner, I'm just another guy who's never won a Pax Bowl. So, I don't really have a whole lot of value here.
How many of us are there?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, Burrow here, the amount of Pack Bowls in the room took a big hit.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Right. If our regular panel next year is me, Hank, and Terry, we need Berto to balance it out.
No, Berto's going to stay. I'm sure he'll want to stay.
Absolutely, I sure hope so.
We need his Pack Bowl count to keep the panel legitimate.
Terry's last one was what? Wait, Terry, you've never won the Pack Bowl, right?
I have one appearance. And I lost to Hank, and that was my first year in the league.
Yeah,
beginner's luck.
I think I won the first modern day Pack Bowl over the Mongols, and neither of us have sniffed it since. I was in it in whatever it was, 07 or whatever it was when I lost to Berto.
I've made the conference final or the semifinals twice since then, but never back to the Packed Bowl.
Yeah, it's sad. I still always associate Napoleon Kaufman as the signature player on the Mongols.
The early Mongols.
Right. Tim Biakabatuka.
Yeah.
Nap Kaufman.
Chris Chandler.
Yeah.
As my QB.
Could be Dak Prescott if you want.
Or Derek Carr. Derek Carr can be had.
Stay by the phone, guys.
Capri Bibbs, he's available.
All right, let me wrap this up with let's start. Rob, hey, again, congratulations. Enjoy having the Pack Bowl. Great season. 12 straight wins to end the season.
Yes, it is 12. Thank you, Chief. I don't know why I thought it was 13, but
because you want it to be 13.
But hey,
the exhibition at the end.
And who cares? You don't need any more. Yeah, you got the ones that mattered. You got 12 straight heading into next year.
I want to keep going. I still want to know, Stick, what's the record?
We'll have the research department look into that one too. Jeez, lots of study here. So yeah, congratulations again. So soon we'll be talking about 2018 as if we're all contenders, and last year was so far away. But enjoy it while you can. Chief, thank you so very much. 4 great years as commissioner.
Great job.
Yes.
Thanks, Chief.
4 years as a regular on this webcast. I am sad to hear you say that you may not be well, hopefully you will be at least a regular guest. But thank you for that as well. Great job. The league is in great shape. So many highlights. I'm glad we celebrated you a few weeks ago on the webcast, but so many innovations, making it through the storm this year. Great leadership for 4 years. Thank you. And
we're still on the upswing. I've no doubt about it.
Terry leading us on that upswing. Thank you for taking that on. We got at least two fun years ahead, and we'll kick things off after the Super Bowl.
TFFL VR.
You got the goggles, Fats? We getting ready with our fully immersive webcast experience?
Absolutely. Yep.
Good.
All right.
Terry's going to spearhead that. Absolutely. VR draft.
Hey, can we make trades, Commissioner? Or do we have to wait for the rules process?
I don't think the rules process will affect the trade, so trade window is open.
Yeah, nice.
There you have it. 2018 off season has begun.
All right.
All right. So yeah, enjoy the texts from Kramer, and we'll be back. Let's say we'll be back probably in early February, maybe for Terry and Bill to kick off the rules process. But in the meantime, again, congratulations to Boba Fats. Thanks to Chief. Thanks to Terry for serving the league. Have a wonderful start to the new year, and we'll be back in a few weeks to talk about rules and draft location. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.